Welcome to the Maximize Business Value podcast brought to you by Mastery Partners, where our mission is to equip business owners like you to maximize your business value and achieve the exit of your dreams, whatever that means to you. With insights gained from over 100 business transactions, we share real-world strategies, lessons, and expert advice to help you build long-term, sustainable value in your business. Each episode is hosted by one of our Mastery certified partners. They're seasoned experts who've helped countless business owners navigate the complexities of growth, scaling, and building value. They bring first-hand experience, actionable insights, and a passion for helping you build a business that thrives. So let's dive in.
Well, hi, this is Dave Casey, and welcome to the Maximize Business Value podcast. So this is a podcast for business owners that are very serious about building long-term sustainable value in their business and all that entails. So today I'm really excited to introduce to you Gil Bean, who's our newest certified partner here at Mastery Partners. So Gil, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. It's nice to be here. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, this should be fun. And we don't know each other. In fact, we've never met in person, which is kind of cool. So this is kind of an intro, get to know you kind of thing. So tell us about Gil and how do you get it in business? And you're you're about the same age I am, so you've probably done this for a little bit.
I doubt that I'm the same age you are. But you're very kind to say that. Well, whenever someone asks me about myself, and I'll be extraordinarily candid. I don't like talking about myself.
Well, that says a lot about you right there. See?
Whenever someone asks me when they say something like, "Who is Gil?" I try to tell them who I really am rather than who I am in business or who I am in any other phase of my life.
That's good.
What's most important to me is who I am as a human being.
Yeah,
excellent. And I look at that from three perspectives. One is that I'm crazy about my wife, and I love my relationship with my wife and my family. Yeah. I think that's extraordinarily important. Yeah. I'm also very focused on my health, As we age, I think it becomes even more important to be focused on your health. So I have a strong focus there. And then I am grounded in my spiritual practice, which I think I don't make judgments about what people believe, but I do believe that a belief system is very, very important.
Yeah, so it's a great anchor for you. Yeah,
it is. It's a terrific anchor. So those are the three foundational things about me. From a personal characteristic standpoint, I'm insatiably curious. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I have always been a very curious person. I would much prefer to listen rather than talk. I've already said enough right now for this. for
all you want to reveal, huh?
for this podcast. And I would much rather listen, but I think that's one of the things that makes me effective at what I do professionally. Mm-hmm. And then the third thing I would say is that my curiosity and my ability to listen make me a problem solver. I really enjoy solving problems, fixing something that looked like it was irreparably broken and so forth. So that's basically where I am as a human being. I mean, I'm interested in history, particularly Native American history. I'm interested in writing and so forth. But those are the things that make up who I am.
Well, those are all of those characteristics make you just the perfect fit to be. And I'll use three terms here: a coach, an advisor, and a consultant. And they mean three different things, but
they do.
Everything you've just said is really a great basis to do those three things.
I agree. And thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah, that's wonderful. So in the business world, what did you do? What are you doing now, and how'd you get started, and all that fun
Yeah,
stuff?
my my business background was quite serendipitous. Um, I I was a journalism and English major in school in college,
Wow.
um, and in my senior year in college, I took an interview with IBM, and that launched me into technology, and I've been there ever since. So, all of my interest in Shakespeare and all of my interest in literature
Just,
uh, has all. It's not that I'm not interested in it anymore,
yeah.
but my career has been in technology.
And technology. Well, we've got a lot of parallels there. I did not work for IBM, but I worked for Burroughs Corporation
Yeah,
out of,
exactly.
and who was a distant second. Believe it or not, they were the number two mainframe manufacturer behind IBM, but
Mhm.
1/10 the size of
Right.
IBM. So, but it's yeah, that's wild. Yeah, and I was going to
And
be an attorney, so there. So
I think I think we could have a podcast just about how we wandered from our college majors and what our
exactly.
areas of interest uh, into what we ended up doing.
Yeah,
Um, I think all of that falls back to your innate human capacity, your
yep,
capabilities.
yeah.
Um, in my career, I've spent quite a bit of time in enterprise level software. And what I mean by that is with companies like SAP
Hmm.
and JD Edwards. Um, I was I worked in global sales for both of those companies, um, and many times only had one major account. For example, Vertex. I'm sorry, Vertex.
Uh,
Um, um, uh, Johnson and Johnson was one of my accounts. I had them on a global basis and worked with them literally on 5 continents.
wow,
Uh,
wow.
so, and it's really an interesting paradigm to only have one account. It really it's a tremendous opportunity, but it also puts a lot of pressure on.
It does. It does that. I never had just one, but I was in enterprise accounts as well. So I had, say, four or five,
Mhm.
and I remember when I was a rookie salesman, I got put on that team, and I was so I at the time I think of three accounts out of the gate, and I remember them giving me a box of 2,000 business cards. I said, "Oh, I have three accounts." So what am I to do with these? You know?
What's next?
Yeah, what's next? You know,
I really understand. I
yeah,
really understand. And then uh, I also was in technology with Vertex, the tax company,
yeah,
and
yeah.
work with them on an enterprise basis, uh, working with some of their larger clients. So I've always been in the very high end of the software enterprise software business, I guess is the way to sum that up.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Big
also
companies
had,
with big problems and big opportunities. Yeah,
yeah, exactly,
yeah.
exactly. Um, let's see. I'm a former EOS implementer.
Oh, wow. So you went from
Um,
big corporation to an EOS, and for I think most of our viewers are familiar with EOS, but
sure.
entrepreneurial operating system, and it really takes it's I think its birth was observing how big, large, successful corporations operate and trying to adopt some of those techniques and structure and apply it to small to medium sized companies. Is that a good
I
summary?
think that's a good read.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's a good read.
yeah.
Um,
You seems like you'd be perfect for that role. So
well, I really enjoyed it. In all candor, I did not like it when they moved to a franchise model,
yeah.
which is why I decided not to continue
Mhm.
with EOS. Uh, there was a little bit of an additional impetus there, which was the pandemic, which basically made it almost impossible to meet with people face to face.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, uh, So it was very interesting, but I enjoyed that time. I think it's a very solid, very useful system. As far as exit or transition planning is concerned,
Hmm.
um, I had a friend from my EOS days who asked me to join him in starting a company which was called Exit Smarts and still is.
Hmm.
Uh, I became a CIPA as part of that process. So I've been a CIPA since 1921.
1921. Why? You may be a couple years older than I am.
Been a CIPA since 2021.
And again,
Uh,
for our viewers, so what is the definition of a CIPA?
uh, Certified Exit Planning Advisor.
Ah,
Uh,
excellent.
and that certification is given by a company called EPI, the Exit Planning Institute there in Cleveland.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a great general background to what happens in the exit planning environment um, or the
And as we say
transition planning
often, I
environment.
mean, every business owner is going to exit their business at some point, you know. So,
Exactly right.
so
Exactly
planning
right.
may be advisable. So,
And during that time with Exit Smarts, I worked primarily with advisors. So I have a great deal of experience with advisors trying to help them help their business owner clients.
yeah.
The advisors I worked with were primarily certified financial planners,
Hmm.
wealth managers, and CPAs in larger accounting firms. Um, and it was extremely interesting to work with advisors and know how much they knew that they had to help their business owner clients, but at the same time, really didn't want to be taken away from their core business. If they were a wealth manager, they were interested in AUM, and they really didn't
Yeah.
want to spend a lot of time working on exit planning.
I can see that pull. They're
Sure.
in the perfect position, I think, to advise a business owner because they're a trusted advisor already. The business owner is trusted them with their financial assets. Yet they can't spend a lot of time doing, frankly, what we do in terms of helping them build a value in the company and everything that has to do with the business side of the company. And while their real charter is to make sure that those assets are protected and grow. So, yeah, I can see the juxtaposition, I guess, of where they are, but also, where they make their money. So,
Right, right. And one of the, I thought, I've heard this story too many times, but one of the really unfortunate horror stories for advisors is uh, when someone works for a business owner for 15, 20, 25 years uh, and uh, helps them all along that path. And then when the owner goes through a liquidity event, they take those assets and invest them someplace else. That
correct.
is just a heartbreaking story, which I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard it multiple more times than I want to hear it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
And
really
I,
understand
frankly,
what.
that's what happened with me. I mean, when I exited my company, I left, I left the portfolio I had with my advisor, but I took that windfall, I call it, or whatever, the reason the proceeds from selling the company and invested with a different advisor.
Mhm.
And because I thought I needed a different type of advice at that point. So
So that's pretty much what I have to say.
yeah, no.
Tell me what else you would like to talk about.
Well, super. Well, we've got a lot. We've got a
Okay,
lot.
oh, good, good.
So, that what a wonderful foundation and points of view that you have. I love the way you started it. What's important to you? Because that's kind of what we're built around at Mastery Partners and the whole Mastery Group. Actually, there's three companies under one umbrella,
Right.
and we're family oriented. We started going around the room. Well, I'll step back a second. So within the companies, the first company is the Business Transition Summit, which is a education event we do for business owners. It's a non-sales environment. It's very much just focused on educating business owners about ways to increase the value of their company or their organization. Also, ways to think about the future of what it would look like to exit that company at some point down the road. It could be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road. It really just depends on the age and the demeanor of the business owner. And also what else involved in that process? Who are the people you'll be talking to? What are their roles and responsibilities, and how do you pay them, and what should you pay them, and all that kind of stuff. And so when we build that event, we actually form a board. We put together a board of 10 to 15 people that I would say are roughly in the exit business. Some of them are certified exit planners, like you talked about. Some are wealth management folks. Some are CPAs that work with corporations, attorneys, fractional, let's say, CFO type folks or HR type folks. So all the people that surround a business owner and should be helping them run their business. And we formed a board last year for the event here in Dallas, and we sat down and I've got to give kudos to Tom Bronson because he kind of selects who's going to be on the board, or at least looks for those folks. And we sit down, we go around the room, and the average length of marriage of the people at the table was well over 30 years. It was somewhere between 30 and 40 some years, which tells me these are very solid people that are very family oriented. They're very, they've got their ducks in a row, I guess is what I'd say. And not to say that, if someone's marriage isn't that long, doesn't mean that they're not great at business or not a great person. It's just that these people are very grounded people and very focused. It just struck me. It's just not. It doesn't match up with averages. That's again, you've got that kind of I guess point of view, which is awesome, I think, and so. If I put myself back in the shoes, I had my business for over 25 years and in the IT world and exited it. I just think of the people that helped me through that process and the people that I selected and I look for and the types of folks that are associated with Mastery Partners in the Mastery Group are very much those kind of folks, which is heartening. So enough commercials for Mastery Partners, but I guess one of the things that I'll just kind of quiz you on a little bit is as you have worked with business owners, and this may go back into your EOS days, there's all types of businesses, there's all types of owners. What was the type of owner that you found most challenging to work with? What did you run into there?
I think that owners tend, and I shouldn't say just owners, I think human beings in general tend to be very predisposed to what they know and what they think they know, or what peers tell them or people in their orbit tell them. And the best kind of business owner to work with is someone who's open-minded. And that almost, that sounds too obvious to even state. But there are many owners come to the process in a very closed-minded way, and that's perfectly okay. Absolutely okay. But you kind of have to start below the freezing temperature. You have to start below 32 degrees, and clean some of that up and help them understand what their options are, what the overall picture looks like, before you can really do any meaningful moving ahead. And candidly, business owners can be stubborn. They can be very stubborn about what their where they are and what they believe to be the case. And there are so many examples of that we can get into. But that's what I would say. The receptivity of the owner to the possibilities is really important.
Yeah, that is. And it's, and we're pretty careful. As you know, we've got business owners that we deal with that are in every type of imaginable business.
Right.
I came from the technology world like you did. And when I started to do this, I just knew that I'd be on the team as being the technology specialist. And when we came across a company that was a technology related company, that I would be the best fit and obviously, ready to help them. I don't have a single client that's in the technology world. I have clients that are in worlds like steel fabrication, home HVAC dealers, equine genetics. So,
wow.
I mean, you just name it, and things that are radically outside my knowledge base or anything. But the important thing I've learned is that we are not working with that business owner to make them a better HVAC company or a better equine genetics company. We're working with them on the business aspects of the company and the things that make the business itself be better and more valuable. And that's where I think, again, your background's perfect for that. But that's and seeking someone that understands that I may be the smartest guy in the room when it comes to steel fabrication. I may not be the smartest guy in the room when it comes to HR management or finance or sales and marketing programs. And that's where I think we can help identify, and figure out how we can help those folks. An interesting statistic based on what you just said is well over 60%, nearly 70% of our current active clients are women-owned, women-led businesses.
Thank you for tuning in to the Maximize Business Value podcast. This episode is the first of a 2-part release. Part 2 will be posted next week.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Maximize Business Value podcast. I hope today's conversation sparked new ideas on how you can continue driving value in your business. But remember, it's not just about listening. It's about taking massive action. Visit our website, masterypartners.com, for more resources. Grab a copy of any of the books in the Maximize Business Value series on Amazon or via the links below. And don't hesitate to reach out if you want to know how to apply these concepts to your business. So until next time, I'm Tom Bronson, reminding you to relentlessly execute while you maximize business value.